Read out the translation. My Lord, yet I have not worshipped such a Lord. This Lord. I did not realize what I am doing. I haven't seen him. I did not worship. I did not plus what is reference to unfortunately this one. How can I find how can I find happiness? Simply follow Nityananda and so one can find happiness. Nita is found hearing I read but my heart, I so good hard hard matter. So I read another doesn't solve. Nita is Lord Nityananda. Jare they restore their working on them, they show their love and devotion. Karan Mame, but my throat goes. I'm trying to utter the words. I'm unable to utter. Krishna Rasa Krishna Rasa is and the more. So this is the other in Krishna Rasa is another way of saying so he has all expressing his greatness for that great wonderful says I'm so unfortunate that I'm not taking this shelter. I have not wasted my life. The support which Dean is very hard lesson where one realizes that although we have the best incarnation of the Supreme God, we simply waste our life not realizing. So this Adosha Dashi Mura God would not see any dosha, not see any fault in anybody, whether devotee or not devotee. And whoever he comes across, he will give them. If somebody, a non-devotee would give, that is the most important. That is in the same mode of Lord Nityananda, I will have 0.1% of their qualities, not immediate, but this is immediate. They don't have to find fault that the junior devotees don't find fault the senior devotees, senior devotees find fault with junior devotees, the Bhastas don't find fault, that the Mataji don't find. Very important. Because they don't we find fault. How one should be illusion. Also known as yes, none of these qualities. I will cover the tattva of ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमा ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So, in the Vaishnava songbook, we have the pranam mantras, right? What is the pranam mantra mentioned for Lord Nityananda? Correct. Yeah, very nice. So, very interestingly, multiple pranam mantras of Lord Nityananda are mentioned. As Prabhu mentioned, Nityanandam aham vande karne lambita moktikam chaitanyagraja rupena pavitri krita bhutalam. This is one pranam mantra mentioned by one of the Vaishnava acharyas, which means Nityanandam aham vande. We worship Lord Nityananda. Karn
Karne Lambita Moktikam. So Lord Nityananda has an earring. He has earring only in one ear, that is in the left ear. There's a story behind that also. If possible, I'll cover that. Chaitanya Agraja Rupena. He came in the form of Chaitanya Agraja, not Anuja, Agraja. And Pavitri Krita Bhutalam. And to purify this whole world and deliver all the living entities. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya has composed another pranam mantra of Lord Nityananda. So that says Nityanandam Aham Naumi Sarvananda Karam Param Harinama Pradam Devam Avadhuta Shiromanem, which Prabhu mentioned. So Nityanandam Aham Naumi Sarvananda Karam Param. So he is bestowing the highest joy to each and every one. Harinama Pradam Devam. And he is also the bestower of the holy name, Avadhuta Shiromani. So he is the crest jewel of all the Paramahamsas. Just like how Lord Chaitanya is called as Avatar Shiromani. Same way, Nityananda Prabhu is known as Avadhuta Shiromani. He is the crest jewel of all the Paramahamsas. And also, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Nityananda is glorified in the 5 verses starting from in the first chapter of the Adi Leela from the 7th verse, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. In these 5 verses, the Siddhanta and Tattva of Lord Nityananda or Lord Balaram is clearly mentioned. And that is again further elaborated in the 5th chapter of the Adi Leela, where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami expands it. So some recite this verse also as the pranam mantra. Sankarshana karanato yashai garbhodashai chapayo dishai sheshashtayasyam shakalash nityanandakya ramam sharanam mamastu. So as Krishna expands himself into Prabhava Prakash and Vaibhava Prakash expansions, so he himself expands as Prabhava Prakash. Whereas when he has to perform Rasa Leela or when he is marrying the 16,000 queens of Dwarka, so the Lord himself expands, which is known as Prabhu Prakash. And as Balaram, he is expanding as Vaibhav Prakash. And Balaram further, he expands in the first Chaturvyuha, the Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha expand the 4 primary principal expansions of Balaram. It is also known as the Chaturvyuha. And Balaram is considered also as the Mula Sankarsana. He expands first in the first set of the Chaturvyuha, and then later on each of these further expand into a multitude of different expansions of the Lord in all the unlimited Vaikuntha planets. And it is said that each of these Narayanas in the Vaikuntha planet, they further expand into a second set of Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. And it is that Sankarshana who is known as the Maha Sankarshana, the second set of Chaturvyuha, Maha Sankarshana, he further expands into the material sky as Karanodakashaya Vishnu, Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, and Shirodakashaya Vishnu. So these are the Purusha avatars of in the material sky. And along with that, Balaram also further expands as Ananta Shesha. So Lord Balaram, he serves Krishna in various rasas, in all the 5 rasas. We will cover that also. So it is said that Sankarshana Karana Toyashai. So Mahavishnu expands as Karanodakashaya Vishnu. Garbhodashai cha Payobdashai. Payobdashai is nothing but Shirasagar, that is Shirodakashaya Vishnu. Sheshascha yasyamsha kalash nityanandakya ramam sharanam namaste. Then Ananta Shesha. So Ananta Shesha expands as the bedstead of all the 3 Purusha avatars, and he is also holding the material universe both outside and inside. Outside, he is holding all the material universes, the Brahmanda, on his hoods, and inside also on the Kurma, which is there in the Garbhasagara. On top of Kurma also, there is Anantashesha who's holding the Bhumandala. Bhumandala with all the 14 planetary systems is held by Anantashesha. Besides that, he's also acting as the bedstead. So that is his role in the material sky. In the spiritual sky, Balaram is represented by the Sandhini potency, and he represents the existentiality or the eternality aspect of the spiritual sky. So he expands as the all the dham, all the spiritual world. He expands also as the paraphernalia of the Supreme Lord. He expands as his cloth, his thread, as his kirita, his ornaments. So all that paraphernalia of the Lord is also expanded by Lord Balaram. He also further expands even in the Vaikuntha planets. So somewhere interestingly, it is also mentioned that Lord Balaram, he not only expands in the Goloka Vrindavan and all the Vaikuntha planets, but he is also expanding in the material sky. He is called as Ananta Shesha. The understanding of Ananta Shesha is that he is unlimited, but Shesha. Oh, Shesha means who is complete. He is complete in his services to the Supreme Lord. He can single-handedly take care of all the services to the Supreme Lord. He does not need to leave behind any service for anybody. But out of his mercy, he leaves behind some services which the living entities and others are able to take up. Or else Lord Ananta Shesha is capable in himself. Sankarshana is capable in himself to take care of all the services. And then it is said, Maya Tite Vyapi Vaikunta Loke Purnaishwarya Shri Chaturbhyuha Madhye Rupam Yasodbhati Sankarshanakyam Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. So Maya Tithe Vyapi Vaikunta Loke. So he expands in the Vaikunta Loka in his four-handed form as Sankarshana. Purnaishwarya Shri Chaturbhyuha Madhye. Among the Chaturbhyuha, he is known as Sankarshana. Rupam Yasodbhati Sankarshanakyam. He is known as Sankarshana. Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prabhati. And then when it comes to the material sky, that Mahasankarshana, he further expands. Yasyai Kamshamshah Srila Garbhodashai Yannabhi Abjam Loka Sanghatanalam Loka Srashtu Sutika Thamadhatu Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam. So Yasyai Amsha. So Garbhodakashaya Vishnu is an Amsha of the Amsha of Lord Nityananda or Balaram. So Balaram expands as the Mahasankarshana as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. So he is the Amsha of the Kalamsha. And further, he expands as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu and into each and every universe. And then he further expands as Shirodakashaya Vishnu in each and every atom and also in the hearts of all the living entities. So the Paramatma aspect is the expansion of Lord Nityananda only or Lord Balaram, and Paramatma is the Amsha or the Amsha of the Kala Amsha of the Supreme Lord. Yasyai Kamshamshaha Srila Yasyai Kamshamshamshaha Paratma Kilanam Poshtha Vishnu Dugdhabdishai. So he is the maintainer of this universe. He is the maintainer of this universe. That is why he is Dugdhabdishai, that is Shirodakashai Vishnu. And he is also holding the universe. Kshaunidharta Yat Kala Sopyanantas. In the form of Ananta Shesha, he is holding this universe. Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam. So this way, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is actually glorifying the position of Lord Nityananda. Such great Supreme Personality of Godhead. He takes such a humble position and he comes to this world to participate and associate in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. He is considered as Sevak Bhagwan, the servitor, Supreme Personality of God. There are two main differences between Lord Krishna and Lord Balram. So Balram is known as the servitor, Supreme Personality of Godhead, and along with that, he is also having a difference in character, like the most predominant character is the color, the change, the difference in the color between Krishna and Balram. But there are also differences in the mood of Balram. So Balram is the servitor, Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is also Shri Shri Radha Vinode Bhagwan ki Jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Jai, Gaur Sundar Nitaya Natwar Bhagwan ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So he is predominantly the servitor, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Only Krishna is considered as the master, Ishvara. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasa Pritya. Jai Jaise Nachay Te Taiche Kare Nritya. So he is the only master and everybody else is a servant. All the Swamshas, all the expansions of Krishna, they are all servants of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So the principal servitor, Supreme Personality of Godhead is Lord Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya. So he is taking the position of a servant and teaching all of us the service attitude, how to serve, how to be a servant of the Supreme Lord, how to take that humble, menial position as a servant and serve the Supreme Lord. So he sets it by his own example. So that is Lord Nityananda. And such great Supreme Personality of Godhead, he comes to this world to deliver the jivas. He takes such a humble position that even when he is beaten, he is giving Krishna Prem. He is giving love of Godhead. So he experienced all kinds of insult, abuse, but he gave love of Godhead. As it is told in this beautiful bhajan, Akaroda Paramananda Nityananda Rai, Abhimana Shunya Nitaya Nagare Bedai. He had zero Abhimana. Adhama Patita Jiver Dware Dware Giya. There is no need for the Supreme Personality of Godhead to go door to door. It is not needed. But the Lord, out of his intense mercy, he went door to door. Dware Dware Giya, Hari Nam Maha Mantra Dichen Bilaya. So he distributed the holy name of the Lord. Jare dekha tare kohe dante trina dhari, amare kiniya laha bala gaura hari. So he said, he holding straw in his mouth, he paid obeisances to whoever he met in all the different houses, and he begged that, please take the holy name of the Lord. Amare kiniya laha bala gaura hari. One can purchase Lord Nityananda simply by taking shelter of Gaura Hari. Hena avatare jar ratina janmilo lochan bole sei papi elar. So this merciful incarnation of Lord Nityananda, when somebody does not take shelter, then Lochandas Thakur is saying that say papi elo or gelo. He simply came and he left this world just like an animal. So that merciful incarnation of the Lord, he came to deliver all the jivas, taking such a humble position. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said anybody who observes this festival of Nityananda Prabhu and Gauranga Mahaprabhu, that is Nityananda Trayodashi and Gaur Purnima, it is said that they will attain Krishna Bhakti and they'll be freed from this material world. Simply by observing, one does not even need to be, sadhaka, a practitioner of devotee. Simply by observing these two festivals, one gets Krishna Prem. It is said, Nityananda Janma Maghe Shukla Trayodashi Gaura Chandra Prakasha Falguna Purnamasi Sarva Yatra Duhi Punyatithi Sarva Shubha Lagna Adhishthana Hoya Iti Ete ke dui tithi karile sevana Krishna Bhakti hoye Krishna Bhakti hoye Khanda Avidya Bandhana. So Nityananda Janma Maghe Shukla Trayodashi and Falguna Purnamasi. So Falgun Purnima and Shukla Trayodashi, like today. Anybody who observes these two Punya Tithis, then Ete ke dui tithi karile sevan Krishna Bhakti hoye Khande Avidya Bandhana. So one will get Krishna Bhakti and also his avidya is completely destroyed. So that way, Nityananda Prabhu's and Mahaprabhu's festival has to be observed. So now I will speak about some of the pastimes of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So we hear about Lord's appearance in Ekachakra Dham. Where is it documented? Like we have Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami write Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is documented in Swarup Damodar Goswami's diary, Swarup Damodar Katcha, and Murari Gupta Katcha also. That is also, put in by Vrindavan Das Thakur in Chaitanya Bhagavad. What about Lord Nityananda? Where is it documented about his birth, his appearance? We hear so many pastimes. During his childhood, he was playing different leelas, different incarnations of the Lord. Then he was taken away by sannyas. It is said that it was not documented anywhere. Jhanava Mata, she is Jhanava and Vasudha are the principal wives of Lord Nityananda. So Jhanava Mata, who is revered by all the great stalwart devotees like Narottama Das Thakur, Jiva Goswami, Shyamanand Pandit, Srinivas Acharya. So once she herself didn't know about glories of Lord Nityananda. Once she, along with the devotees, she happened to go to Ekachakra Dham. And Ekachakra Dham was completely deserted. There was nobody there. Because after Lord Nityananda left, all the Brahmana community from there, they went away to many places. And it was completely deserted. It was like a ghost town. Just like when Krishna left Vrindavan, it became a ghost town. So in the same way, Ekachakra became like a ghost town, and Janama Mata goes there at one point of time after Nityananda, and then she sees that there is only one very old Brahmana who is limping there, who is going around, and she meets him, and he starts glorifying the position of Ekachakra Dham. You know what is Ekachakra Dham? He speaks about the pastime of Pandavas, how during their Vanvas, they happened to come to Ekachakradham, and there was this Bakasura and this Vedashira Brahmana who was, who was scheduled to go to Bakasura that day, and they were crying in their family. So that Brahmana was saying that, I will go, I will sacrifice myself. And the wife was fighting. She was saying that, no, no, I will go. You stay back, take care of the children. The child was saying, no, no, I will go. In my presence, why should my parents die? So they were very eager to save each other. Seeing this, Kunti, she asks, what is the matter? What is the problem? And then that Brahmana tells, yeah, in this village, we have this demon Bakasura, and there is a condition that he will not disturb and kill everybody so long each house every day throughout the year they send one human being and two bulls along with a cart load of food. So that was his demand. So they were doing that, and their turn had come that day. So Kunti says, don't worry. I have a powerful son, Bhima. He'll be sent. Then they're like, no, no, no. You are our Atithi. How can we send you? So that will be a great mistake on our part. But she says, no, don't worry. He will solve your problem. Not only your problem, he will solve the problem of the entire village. So allow me to send him. And then Bhima was very eager. He wanted to go because he was getting little food. Every day they were going out, they were begging and coming, and half the portion was given to him. And the remaining half, all the other four Pandavas and Kunti, they were sharing it. But this time he saw a cart load of food. He said, today is a feast day for me. He never thought about Bakasura. He just thought about himself. So he was very eager to go, and he was driving the bulls. But on the way he was eating, so he finished everything. By the time he reached Bakasura, it was empty cart. And Bakasura could see that. He became very angry. Yeah, he was very ferocious. He wanted to kill. He uproots one tree, and he's about to smash Bhima. Bhima also uproots trees, and he'll smash him. And there is a fight, and in the end, he'll completely kill him. After killing him, Bhima is planning to come back, and meanwhile, Arjuna reaches the house because the other Pandavas were outside. And when Arjuna reaches home, he asks Kunti, where is Bhima? She says, no, I have sent him to Bakasura. There is a demon, and he's troubling the villagers. Then Arjuna becomes very concerned. He says, you should have at least waited for me. He will need help. We don't know, what kind of a demon this is. He may probably kill Bhima. So he was so concerned that even before he could reach Bhima, he will chant mantras and he will release this Nagapasha Astra. And that Astra is released and it is looking for its target, the demon. But the demon is not there, he is dead. So it is hissing and, moving around very restlessly around that area. And then Arjuna follows behind that weapon. He comes there and he sees that Bhima is already, he asks Bhima, where is the demon? He says, I've already killed. Why did you release this Astra? And then Arjuna has to pacify that Astra. Even the Astra is a personality. So Arjuna tells, now you, calm down. You stay back below this tree. And whatever comes to you, it takes the form of a snake because it was a Nagapasha Astra. So whatever food comes close to you, you eat that and you be satisfied. So this is your role for the rest of your life. And that snake stayed for a very, very long time. So in the age of Kali, when this happened in Ekachakra, right? So when Lord Nityananda comes to know about it, he and his friends, they go and he warns the snake, you are troubling us a lot. I order that you go inside the ground. And the snake is asking, then what will happen to my sustenance? But Lord Nityananda says, don't worry about that. I will arrange for that. But you don't come to the ground surface. You go under the ground. Then listening to his words, the snake goes inside and he takes out his right earring and he closes the hole through which, the serpent went inside the earth. So that is why Lord Nityananda has only one earring. And today also we can see, the ring is in the form of a stone, and it is covering one portion which is supposed to be the hole through which this serpent went. So yeah, coming back to the story. So this Brahmana, he narrates this pastime, and then when Janama Mata asks, I want to know about Nityananda, Lord Nityananda, then he realizes that, she is the consort of Lord Nityananda, and then he reveals, he says several generations back, astrologers had predicted that Lord Balram would appear in this particular place. And that was also confirmed by various other astrologers. And because of that prediction, all the Brahmanas from all across the country, they started coming to Ekachakra Dham and they were settling there. Just like it happened in Mayapur, Navadvip. The same way that happened even with Ekachakra. So when they came to know that Lord Balram will appear here, see, all the Brahmanas, they started coming there and they were living there. So it was a center of Brahmanical culture and community there. And Hadai Oja and Padmavati, who are the parents of Lord Nityananda, it is said that they were the 12th or the 13th generation coming from the Kanaujiya Brahmanas. Kanauj is another center of Brahmanical culture, and from Kanauj, certain Brahmanas had migrated to this place in Bengal, and it is said that he was coming in that generation. That is why this Oja is also coming from Kanauj, like that. So Hadai Oja and Padmavati, they they had certain children, but they passed away. And then Nityananda Prabhu was born. Also, Nityananda Prabhu had other brothers also. Bankara is another brother, younger brother of Lord Nityananda, who is also not different from the expansion of Lord Balram only. So this is how, it is mentioned 8 children had died, 8 children had passed away, and then Nityananda Prabhu was born. So that was the birth of Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda's birth and the situation at that time is told by one Vaishnava saint called as Dukhi Krishnadas. I'm sure some of you may have heard this. It's a very beautiful bhajan. I'll just sing that. Rada Desha Nama Ekachakra Grama Hadai Pandita Dhare Shubha Magha Masi Shukla Trayodashi Janamile Nahalatha Radadesh is a place where in Ekachakra Gram, Hadai Pandita Dhare, in the house of Hadai Pandita. Shubha Magha Masi, that is on the auspicious month of Magh Mas, Shukla Trayodashi, Janamile Haladara. Hadai Pandita Atihara Shita Putra Mahotsavakare Dharani Mandala Karetala Mala Ananda Nahi Kathare. Hadai Pandit Ati Harishita. He became very, very happy because after so many deaths, finally he attained Lord Nityananda. Putra Mahotsava Kare. He celebrated a festival. Dharani Mandala Kare Talamala. Then Mother Earth, she started shaking, trembling. It is Nityananda Prabhu who holds Dharani. He is holding the Brahmanda also. So when Nityananda Prabhu is taking shelter in the lap of Dharani, Dharani is also trembling. Ananda Nahika Dhare, out of happiness. Then Shanti Pura Natha Manehara Shita Kare Kichu Anuman Antare janila bhuji janamila Krishnera agraja Rama. Shantipura Nata is Advaita Acharya. Yeah. Mane Harashita. He became very pleased in his heart. Kare kichu anumana. He contemplated. Something has happened. He was aware. Antare janila bhuji janamila Krishnera agraja Rama. So he could know within his heart that Krishna's agraja, that is Balaram, has taken birth. Then Vaishnavera mana hoile prasanna Ananda sagore bhase Edina pamara hoibe uddhara Kohe dukhi Krishna dase. Vaishnavera mana hoile prasanna. All the Vaishnavas became very, very happy. Ananda sagore bhase. They were, submerged in an ocean of happiness. Edina pamara hoibe uddhara Kohe dukhi Krishna dase. So on this auspicious day, he was very pleased because all the sinful living entities will be delivered. He was not talking about devotees will be delivered. He is talking about Deen, Heen, Char, Pamar. They will all be delivered. That is the mercy of Lord Nityananda. He did not see any fault in anybody and he was delivering it. So the prediction of Lord Balram is also there. It is mentioned in Vayu Purana. It is not that there is no appearance of Nityananda Prabhu. It is mentioned in Vayu Purana. For the shortage of time, I am not going to cover it. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he glorifies Nityananda Prabhu in 12 names. And he says that anybody who chants these 12 names every day, he becomes a recipient of the mercy of Lord Nityananda. I'm not going to go in details, no time. But Bhakti Ratnakara is talking about Lord Nityananda Prabhu's Leela and also all the positions of the different Gopa boys who were there in Krishna Leela, how they appeared as different associates of Lord Nityananda, like Abhiram Thakur and Sundaranand Thakur, Gauridas Pandit, Kamalakar Pipalai, Uttaran Datta Thakur, Mahesh Pandit, Purushottam, Parmeshwari Das. So all these are the associates of Lord Balram who appeared as the friends of Lord Nityananda. And in childhood also, he performed many pastimes, which we are all aware. He would easily perform pastimes of the different incarnations, Lord Ramachandra's pastimes, Krishna's pastimes. It is said that he would imitate like a demigod, and one boy will become Krishna, baby Krishna, and he is born with Chatur Puja. And Lord Nityananda is offering Garbhastuti, like how the demigods are offering. And he's chanting, he's reciting prayers. Nobody sent him to any school, no Gurukul, nothing. All the children and Lord Nityananda, they were performing these pastimes continuously. And all the elders were amazed. How is it that, they are able to perform these pastimes so accurately? And he would recite verses and other things. So they were amazed. They would ask him, how do you know all this in detail? So he would say, these are my pastimes. And they would simply dismiss, oh, he's childish. He's telling, something. He's just joking. So that was the mood of Lord Nityananda, that he was immersed in thinking about his own Lord. And he was so much absorbed in performing these play, in that role play, that he would forget the externals. He would not remember whole day, from daybreak till evening. They're only performing a role play. And then they go back home. This is what they would do. So the whole day he is performing different roles from different shastra. It is mentioned that they would make different demons out of dolls, like Agasura, Bakasura, Putana, Keshi, or different demons, and they would fight with that demon exactly like how it is mentioned in Bhagavatam, and then kill it. Then the famous pastime of Lakshmana, when by the Shakti Astra of Ravana, when he's when he becomes unconscious, and the child completely forgets that he is supposed to bring Sanjeevani. He's just checking, and Nityananda Prabhu is not breathing. So everybody is worried, something has happened to him. They're crying, and all the elders also come. They are trying several hours to, bring him back to consciousness, but he is not awake. Then they realize, oh, no. If he gets into a role play, then finished. Until he does not complete that role, he will not get up. So they ask the children, what is the next step? We are supposed to bring Sanjeevani. Go get that first. So the child goes, brings it, and then he's conscious. Then all the elders are like, you scared us. He said, no, this is my play. No, I was waiting to become conscious. I was waiting for that child to bring Sanjeevani. So that way he won the heart of all the and they were immersed in love of Nityananda Prabhu. And at one point of time, a sannyasi appears. It is said that it is Lakshmipati Tirtha who came, because that reference is given in certain articles by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that the sannyasi who actually appeared is non-different from Lakshmipati Tirtha, who came there, and he is actually the Diksha Guru of Nityananda Prabhu. He sought from the parents of Nitai that I want your son so that he can be of help to me as an assistant, and I will also train him in devotional service. So Hadai Oja had promised, ask for any dakshina, I will give you. So he was a man of his words, and he didn't want to go back. So with a very great, heavy heart, although he had other children, with a great heart, with a stone on his heart, he gave away Nityananda Prabhu. He sent him along with that sannyasi. And it is said that Lord Nityananda Prabhu didn't turn back also and look at his parents. You can imagine, how he was, how he wanted to be so disconnected for whatever reason. I don't know. He didn't even turn back. He was very happily, like jumping, and he went along with that sannyasi. That is what they say. But Hadai Oja and Padmavati, they became completely depressed. They went into depression. For 2 months, they did not have any food or drink or water. And they gave up their bodies, just remembering Lord Nityananda. And after that, even the other families, other community, and the Brahmana community, they also were very, very depressed. They thought, what is the use of staying here? We are tormented by the separation of Lord Nityananda. We are unable to bear it. So they leave that village, Ekachakradham, and they go. So that is how, the Ekachakradham becomes completely deserted. So these things were told by that Brahmana to Janava Mata. So that is how it has been documented. And then it is said that Lord Nityananda, he traveled to several various holy places along with this sannyasi. He visited many places, and it is said, let me tell you. So Lord Nityananda visited Vakreshwar Tirtha, Gaya, Kashi, Prayag, Mathura, Vishram Ghat, Govardhan, the 12 forests of Vrindavan, Hastinapur, Dwarka, Ambikavan, Matsya Tirtha, Shivkanchi, Vishnu Kanchi in the south, Bindu Sarovar, Prabhas Tirtha, Gandaki River, Sarayu, then Naimisharanya, Mahendra Parvat, Pulaha Ashram, I don't know where that is, Sri Rangam, then Madurai, Then Badri Ashram, where Vyasadeva is there. So he went and met Vyasadeva also. And he met Madhavendra Puri in Maharashtra. So Madhavendra Puri, he considered Madhavendra Puri as his guru, Shiksha Guru. Although Madhavendra Puri never looked at Lord Nityananda Prabhu as his disciple, he considered him as equal. So when the first time when they met, they embraced each other. They were crying tears, rivers of tears, and they were rolling in the dust. They were so happy to meet each other in ecstasy.
Madhavendra Puri never considered it, but Lord Nityananda accepted him as this spiritual master. Nityananda Prabhu, not only Nityananda Prabhu, also Madhavendra Puri also had other disciples like Advaita Acharya, Ishwara Puri, few others, and also Ramachandra Puri, he found fault with spiritual master. He said, what is the use of crying? Simply meditate on Brahman once. So he started advising his spiritual master. So Madhavendra Puri cursed him. And then Nityananda Prabhu went to Vrindavan and was staying there. He also met Sriram. Sriram was waiting there. Nityananda Prabhu was actually waiting for Lord Chaitanya to inaugurate this Sankirtan movement and call him. So until then, he had not started preaching. He was waiting for the order. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was to begin the Sankirtan movement, he actually sees a dream. Lord Chaitanya very nicely mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavata. I don't have time. There is too much thing to cover. That dream, he says, I am seeing an excellent personality. And he is having this, he's coming on a chariot marked with this Talam flag. And then he is very huge in size. He's wearing this bluish cloth and a bluish turban. He describes the position of appearance of Lord. And he tells Haridas Thakur and Shiva Thakur to go, bring him. They go around, they search the entire country, thousands of houses in the evening, and then they come back, say, we didn't find. Nityananda Prabhu, he laughs. There is a lesson also to be learned in that. Nobody can easily know the glory of Nityananda Prabhu. Nobody has easy access to Nityananda Prabhu. It is only through the mercy of Lord Chaitanya one gets the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And again, it is by the mercy of Lord Nityananda one gets the mercy, lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. So to enunciate this principle, they both could not find Haridas Thakur. She was, yeah. So then Mahaprabhu takes all his devotees along and they go to Nandanacharya's house. There they see Nityananda Prabhu sitting in a meditating pose. And Mahaprabhu comes and he opens his eyes. Then they embrace each other. Nityananda Prabhu goes in ecstasy. He is unable to control his happiness. So it is said that Nityananda Prabhu was bouncing ground, air, roof. Like you have this ball, and there is one ball. Huh? Not ping pong, but a rubber ball. If you just drop it, it jumps more in height than the height with which you drop it. That is how Nityananda Prabhu was big. Then Lord Chaitanya said, hold him. Nobody could hold him. How can they hold him? Hold him. Gone. So that was the condition. Then Mahaprabhu actually comes and he and puts him on his lap. Then he pacifies him. It's okay. Then Nityananda Prabhu becomes like I've taken complete shelter of Lord Chaitanya. So that was the mood. He was fully pacified by the embrace of Lord Chaitanya. It is said amazing that end of this pastime, it is said that anybody who hears this Milan association or the coming together of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda in Acharya's house, they'll attain Krishna Bhakti and they'll be freed from all the material bondage. Just by hearing their lordships together. That is the glory. Many other pastimes have happened. He acted like a child, a 4-year-old, 5-year-old child of Srivas Thakur at Mother Malini. So, although Mother Malini was very senior in age, she had attained old age, but Nityananda Prabhu's loving exchange because of this uh, uh, experiencing that Vatsalya praying from Srivas Thakur and Mother Malini, she would breastfeed him. So he acted just like a 4-year-old child in the house of Srivas Thakur. So that was the mood of Lord Nityananda. He had taken complete shelter of Mother Malini. Many pastimes have happened in their house where one crow comes and picks up his katori, he goes away. Nityananda Prabhu calls it, hey, come here, drop it back. Then it comes flying and keeps back. Malini is completely shocked. How did you do that? Tell me, Mike, who are you? But he would never allow Aishwarya to come in that Vatsalya frame. Yeah. He had the same feelings towards even Mother Sachi also. And it is said that Mother Sachi, she saw a dream in which God, Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, they enter into the altar of her house and she has Krishna Balram at the altar and all the four are fighting with Krishna. So Krishna is fighting with Lord Nityananda and Balram is fighting with Balram is fighting with Nityananda and Gauranga Mahaprabhu is fighting with Krishna. And what is the fight? Krishna and Balram are scolding them, get out of this house. This house belongs to me and all the paraphernalia, all the food, everything that is kept here is mine. You have no right to get out. And the Gaur Nitai, they are scolding them that, you get out of this house. This is my mother's house. Your time was during Vapara, but now it is Kali Yuga. You have no job here. It is our time. So we stay back. And as and how they were fighting, they were actually grabbing the food from each other's hand, plate, and they were eating. And Mother Sachi was completely bewildered. What is happening? I'm not able to understand. And when she wakes up, she tells this Lord Chaitanya that I had this dream. Then he'll give her a smile and he says, it's okay, don't worry about it. And he does not reveal because they don't want Vatsalya Bhav between Aishwarya come in between. So that was so like that. Lord Nityananda Prabhu had that same feeling of motherly affection Mother Sachi had towards Nityananda Prabhu also. So Nityananda Prabhu's mercy is available for everybody, devotee or not devotee, but his mercy is not available for one person. Any idea? Actually, two conditions. One is if you don't worship Lord Chaitanya and you worship only Nityananda Prabhu, we have no access to his mercy. Second, when we are offenders of devotees, then mercy is not available. Just like in Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya. Haridas Thakur are very close friends. So they are Brahma and the Supreme Lord. And when Haridas Thakur was offended by Ramchandra Khan, Nityananda Prabhu was very happy with this place. Which place was that? Where Ramchandra Khan was there. Was it Gurdwara? Start with H. The Ramchandra Khan, when he sent Lakshadira, he was unsuccessful, and Haridas Thakur made her into a saint, and everybody was worshipping her, and she became a Vaishnavi. So his envy never reduced. And when Nityananda Prabhu, along with his associates, when they came and they camped in his house, in front of his house, I think he had a Durga Mandap like this, and he was camping there. He was so envious. He said that, oh, you, it is this place is because they were cooking there and they were taking prasad. Oh, this place is contaminating. So we will. I'll make arrangement for you so that you can live in the Goshala. Goshala is the place not for living; it's for the cows. He was insulting with sarcasm. Then Mahaprabhu started. Nityananda Prabhu started laughing loudly. And he said, yeah, sure enough, this place will be contaminated now. Meat will be cooked here, beef will be eaten here, and you will be purified by fire. There will be fire. And he laughed and left along with his associates. And within a few days, the Muslim tax collector or the secretary or whoever, if they come, they ask him accounts, where is the accounts of the collections? You haven't shown properly. And he'll camp in that thing, Durga Mandap. And Ramchandra Khan is very scared because he had cheated. And this Muslim, from the same Goshala, he will slaughter cows and he will cook beef and he's eating there, contaminating his entire place. And after 3 days, when he does not get any response, any evidence from this guy, he will kill his entire family, kill him, set fire to not only his house but to the entire village. The whole village is destroyed just by one person's offense to Haridas. So that is how Lord never tolerated any offense. Himself, when he was beaten by Jagai Madai, no problem. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Marakhe Prem De. But when it comes to a Vaishnava, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So much more is there to say, but we'll close here. I can see your eyes from me. Thank you very much. Nityananda Trayodashi Mahamahotsav ki Jai Shri Prabhupada. Has any questions? You can ask if not. I strongly recommend. There are 5 lectures, series of lectures of Nityananda Trayodashi of one Maharaj. His name is Prabodhananda. Last year. You all should hear today. You will relish it. Not even a second, you will close your eyes. He takes us into an ecstasy. He takes us into another platform, another transcendental. Amazing. And his recitation of the Tamil was also very nice. So it was on 5 series of it.
Hare Krishna devotees, I will end this session now. We'll meet tomorrow at 7:15. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. What time you started, Prabhu?
Sorry, Mataji.
The lecture, what time it started?
Supposed at 8 o'clock, but I think it got delayed because today Darshanarthi was a little delayed.
And I was there, Prabhu. Then I just wanted 8:30 you started, Prabhu.
I think so.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat pranams. Thanks for the
ma'am.
wonderful class, Prabhu. Can I ask one question, Prabhu? Do you have time?
The speaker has left, Mataji.
Okay.
What
Thank
you
you,
can do? Evening you're
Why,
there?
why Krishna Das, Dukhi Krishna Das was called Dukhi Krishna Das, Prabhu? Dukhi.
You can ask the speaker. It's a wonderful pastime.
Okay, Prabhu.
He'll be there in
Thank
the evening. Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.